Welcome to Cocktail Hour with Rick. I am your host, Rick Serra. Happy Cinco to Mayo, everyone. And cheers. Let's have some fun. It's Cocktail Hour with Rick.
I'm still waiting for you. Waiting for Rick's.
We are doing Captain Morgan with Coca-Cola. For my start, allow me to put on the glasses so I may address you more correctly. It's nice to know what you're typing. How are you coming, hun? There are some people here.
I'm having problems.
It's okay. Hold on, people. Everybody will get their recognition. Yes, you will. I see all the great usual characters. We have 20 in the room. Thank you for clicking the like button already. As you know, Darlene will be saying everybody's name as soon as she can get that damn machine to work. It's not her fault.
No, it makes me go through
What, like a
ads
commercial?
and all this shit.
Yeah, commercial.
Skip ads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I put out a little video, surprise, a little video, and another Out with Rick as it is.
Hey Pam, Dr. Leonard, John.
So I'm going to be taking advantage of that series name, that playlist name, to move some things over there that were elsewhere,
Dan Wilson, Jimmy Rick,
so that
Michaela,
maybe you'll see them for the first time
Maria G, Dan
in a
Wilson,
fancy
Roy Quitter,
new
Carson Thorpe,
playlist.
Hey Soul, Loopsy
And I hope everybody's having a good Friday and you have a good weekend coming.
Joanne Wickless.
Our little video today was
I think
at,
I said, hey Soul, hey Gross, Joseph Nagy.
what was it?
Scott
What was it?
Bagley.
The Saltwater Hippie. Yes. And how did you like me getting up on stage like I was doing some stand-up? Oh
Lee
yeah,
Hackney,
in my own
Nancy,
mind. So I thought that looked pretty
Dr.
nicely. I hope
Bear.
you enjoyed. Hello, Jimmy Rick. Thank you very
Anita
much.
Flanagan,
And Maria G.
Christian Terry,
Um,
Ponytail Dungeon Master, Mark Porterfield.
What is his name? Darn it.
Christian Terry.
Um,
Luke
I've totally
C.
drawn a blank. One of our fans,
There
a
be-
friend of his passed away. His name is Fred. But I really was hoping that he could give me some
Josh
more
was here.
information. But it was a dear friend of one of our fans. So,
We got a little bit of good news.
yes, we did. We
Yeah,
got,
right now.
right now?
Yeah, Carson Thorpe.
Yes.
His grandparents are taking him on a cruise with all expenses paid in September.
They're up to that?
What? Apparently.
I'm
that's
so
really
I'm
good
so
news.
glad to hear that they're so much better that they can plan for such a thing. I have a neighbor in my community here who we found had recovered quite well. Unfortunately, had a fall while she was helping here, volunteering, and we were glad to hear that good news for our sphere.
Yeah.
I know that you know, and thank you for all of the people who've so many messages of goodwill for me. It's overwhelming, really. But yes, finally I have been freed of captivity of too much of a hormone
Michaela, send
in
us
my
an email
body.
so we can do that.
so that I don't have kidney stones,
Thank you,
pulling
Fleet Master.
calcium out of my
Pfizer.
bones. That's the whole game now. I'm be taking supplements, ironically, to help put the calcium back in the bones that has been stolen by these stupid glands that didn't know what they were supposed to do in the first
Natasha.
place. And they're weird. So to make it real hard, we'll make this gland sound
Hey,
just
Greg.
like another gland everybody has heard of, sort of. So we'll say, how about we'll call it parathyroid gland? That'll make them go crazy. They won't know what the hell it is. And when they bring up the word, people will just hear thyroid and they'll think, oh, yes, my wife needs to take Synthroid hers is not active enough. No, it's not the
Hey, Alaska,
thyroid,
Robert
it's
Ryan.
the parathyroid. And it's Scott Bagley, whose friend Fred passed away. He's known him since he was 10, so it's been a long time that they've known one another. God bless your friend.
That's great, Robert.
9 or 10 when. So, yes. Yeah, I know you emailed me. I saw it. I was finishing shaving and showering. You saw that in the thumbnail. That was a real shot of Rick actually using soap and not
Mr.
putting it in his mouth, but on his outside of his skin, like other normal people do, like you and you and you.
We have a new member.
We have a new member, a subscriber.
Well, I don't know if they subscribed. I don't think you want them to subscribe because you don't want them to come back.
Why?
The new member is Rick's Kidney Stone.
Oh, Rick's kidney
I'm sorry, I
stones.
won't be able to visit you anymore, Rick.
Well, we'll put you in a museum, along with all of the many, many stones that I've
Squash.
created since 2001. Jimmy, Rick, thank you. Something special. Something gets swollen when I watch the cocktail hour. Well, if you give more than $2, it'll swell more. Tonight is a special night. I will use the equipment instead of my hands. Look here, folks. What do you see below?
My legs.
This is the tray of cleansing. Of course, it's my pipe right here, too. But, and yes, if I need to refill, I sent out for some. Yes, I know, but I do have some. See, you never know when you need a believer to be blessed.
Well, wait a minute. We have some more good news.
We have
about
good
Bo.
news. Wait a minute. Hi, I'm back up here. And the cleansing will happen at when? 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So 1 hour in, we will do the deal. So get comfortable. If you haven't already done so, get yourself a little snacky or something to
Where's
drink.
Baba Billy?
I hope that you can watch this on your super screen in your entertainment room, whether that's your bedroom, even your bathroom or shower. How many Kramer type food preparers are here who like to make salad in the shower like Kramer? Jimmy, Rick, don't go crazy with all these donations. Thank you, man. I'll acknowledge your comment. I'm sorry, Bo, I stepped on my bow. Hello, EXOH and Mr. Bob Knoll. I'm smoking something, I don't know what it is. I got a whole ounce of the stuff, and it's good.
Can I ask you to
You
make
can.
an announcement?
Make an announcement.
Give the good news about Bo.
Oh, so Bo went to the doctor, and we had some concern last weekend about his legs. So the doctor thinks that it's arthritis, and he's going to get an anti-inflammatory. It's a chewable. He doesn't like that,
Yeah,
so
you don't like it.
he has to be force-fed.
Glucosamine.
And then glucosamine, which you know, dogs were first used as test subjects for glucosamine, which I use myself. But if you have surgery coming, stop taking the glucosamine. It can affect your bleeding.
Okay. Well, with Bo, he doesn't
Ah,
have a real easy taste, so the glucosamine is a pretty good square of a chewable.
I didn't have it open all the way. Damn it.
but
Luckily,
I,
it's going to match.
I have been able to get him to take them.
Not
Making
even
out-
buzzed, and I'm spilling it on myself. We had.
No, you go
You,
right ahead.
nope.
Yep.
Yep.
You go right ahead.
Look, you got to be more strong than to be stopped by me making a little comment over your words. We
I
step
just
on
wanna
each
give
other.
The information
So the
about
vet-
chew.
so the vet-
I mean about
About a
Bo.
chew.
The
So-
chew is big, but I have been able to get him to take that by telling him it was a special treatment.
And he ate it.
But the anti-inflammatory, he wasn't
No.
going for it, so I have to
So
hide that.
I have to hide that in food.
or stuff it down his throat.
And we already know about that, and I don't do any of that. Darlene is the stuffer. Don Cathcourt, welcome from Canada. Michaela, Alaska, from Alaska. Rob, Ryan, Little Squash,
He doesn't know
Sol
how to do that,
Cecita,
Sol.
Dr.
Hey, hi.
Stutter, and Bob Newell. And thank you for tips so far, and thank you for
Hey,
clicking like button and keep it
Cinco.
going. Let's keep going.
These nuts.
D's Nuts, thank you, D's Nuts, for your well wishes
Parasite.
and postings.
Hey,
Yes,
you have some more good news. You don't know what it
my
is.
mother has done real well for her first 2 weeks of radiation
But
treatment.
what did you have happen today with YouTube?
Oh,
You got good help.
I actually went to YouTube
Hey,
for help
official.
with something I was
Hey,
experiencing with live streaming. And the
Hazel
person's
Pets.
name was Cess, CESS, and they're so nice. They helped me to
Protein
fix my
waterfall.
problem. YouTube Help Desk. Thank you so much, YouTube. It was special.
Yes, I am, Steve.
But seriously, they told me, how about try and uninstall the YouTube app and install it again? You mean I should, like, that's the thing you do the first time, right? Hey, you're kidding me. That, like, reboot, like, oh, shit. So I did that with both YouTube and Studio, and the problem was gone. I did a little test earlier today. You might have seen my testes this afternoon. No, I mean my test. Nothing was being shown as far as testes are going. But I did a test and had a little crowd there. So I had to tell them, wait for 5 more hours and we'll do it again. So I think some of them are here. That's really great. Got 74 in the room, 45 likes. Thank you very much. I got a couple of greenbacks in there. We appreciate all of the love. And don't forget, we have tremendous crappy merchandise, just like everybody else has crappy
Rando,
merchandise.
hello there.
We have it, and we sell it for less. So you can buy even more, and it includes the shipping cost. We pay for it. So we're literally losing money to sell stuff to you, but we don't care because we've had this shit for a couple of years. Buy it from us. We got stickers and different magnets and things. And seriously, $6.
You're hearing both parts.
A
which is
magnet
very unusual.
of, I think we have for the channel, for the Rick Serra channel, we have a magnet for Cocktail Hour with Rick. We have a sticker for
Come here.
Cocktail Hour with Rick.
Go.
And the sticker, you can actually put it on your own tumbler,
Come here.
and you can have your own Cocktail Hour with Rick glass every time you join. You create it yourself. It's easy and fun. It's a craft you and your wife can do at home. It only takes 5 minutes if you don't argue because somebody says the other one has it crooked, and they like start to have a fight and then forget the fucking sticker, and I'm not sleeping in that bed with you tonight. I'm sorry I caused you problems.
What the hell just happened? I'm trying to see why Bo's barking and I lost everything.
That's the kind of insanity that might be. Thank you for shooting me.
I was a little late.
Hit me at the almost on the breast.
Yeah, but
I'm not on prednisone.
his
I'm just on propofol.
incisions are on the right side. I'm shooting the left.
Yeah, I have. Here's the one spot. I can feel them. Here's the other. And then here's the drain. I know you can't see anything, but my arm is moving. So what they do to the drain, they think I can just pop that Band-Aid off because you don't need it anymore. I'm going to leave it on a little bit longer, Doc, okay? Yeah, I like the comfort of having this thing keeping shit out of my body. I can't go into a tub, a pool. I can't go to the Gulf of Mexico or to the canal side or the bay side. Why? Bacteria getting into my body. And then maybe it
Boston
transformed
Wings.
me into some kind of a strange
want it.
creature. Maybe the result of my changes made to me by having this organ removed from my body that was misfiring and putting out far too much hormone, maybe something will happen to me. Maybe it'll become part of a future story. Just a little hint. Takes us forever to get out a new episode, but if you haven't checked us out, we have 3 whole episodes after hours, our own homemade, sort of a spooky, funny
Mr.
series.
Pants, hello.
Hello, down in Australia. Glad to have you here. Hello, Steve C. Bodie tried to help me today. He's a nice man. He just got back from, unfortunately, a wet vacation in the mountains. Yeah, Mutant Rick, John Doe Rando. That wouldn't be too hard to believe, would it? Look how I transformed when I went out to New Mexico. It was like, how many layers of clothing do I need to wear? We found we overdressed.
Yeah.
If I'd have known that it was going to be just like it is in Baltimore, it's not that much. Wear a medium light jacket and you're good enough most of the time.
Medium.
Except when you go up to 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
Then you need a little something more warmth. But we didn't need to be packed
Hey,
for a
Albert.
frickin' Arctic mission. You and I had too much shit on. We needed more oxygen, but we didn't need all the warm stuff.
Wow.
I haven't really ever finished up doing anything with all that footage from
No, nothing new
New
about
Mexico.
Sean. We just know for sure that he's gone.
So it's something I haven't wanted to talk about directly, to be blunt, folks. So I'm going to go this far. It's the kind of thing that when it happens in your family, it's totally devastating.
But we don't know.
But we don't know for sure. But it seemed like he was really having troubles, and he was having trouble thinking about them. So maybe you can read through that a little bit now. We read a couple of messages. They were a little vague, but they seemed to point in that kind of direction, and I don't want to just say it bluntly.
Last year, last March.
March 18, we were told, was actually the day he passed.
Of last year.
Now, I know that I had last gotten a text message from him in like mid-February of 2022. And that's what I told anybody who remembers me talking about him from the past year since that was the last I'd heard from him. So Darlene had gotten a friend request from Sean on Facebook, and she never even utilizes Facebook really, but she clicked on the link for that. And when she did accept that friend request, she saw a couple of messages that were sent to Sean's account.
And I sent a reply back to one of them, and they are the ones who gave me the date.
And they gave us the date.
Verified that he had passed.
And that's my guess, Jimmy Rick, around 37. There's many reasons why a person could think they just can't endure anymore. And you wish you could be the person, or someone you know did, intervene and help that person come to a better way. And it's hard. I mean, we have people from
Yeah, he
our
was a
armed
nurse
services who've suffered being in battle. It's affected them mentally ever since. And it's still a statistic about suicide. So that's the sad story. If this isn't the case for Sean, then I'm sorry if I mislabeled it that way. So that's it. So remember, try to help someone. And there's a toll-free number. If anybody knows, they can feel free to
Thanks,
post
Sonia.
it,
Don't
mods.
forget to hit that like
If
button,
there's
guys.
anybody who doesn't want to say that, and I understand, if you're ever down but you're on our show and you're watching, you can stay in the background. But remember, you can send us an email. You don't have to just send it for a reason. If you want to reach out, I have
That's
taken
right, John Doe Rando.
a message and tried to help people. There's people maybe in this room that know that. So, and I'm no perfect person, I'm no counselor, but I'm another human being ready to put my hand down. So if anybody knows the suicide hotline number, please post it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carson.
So now into something more happy, I hope. My Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles, are still doing great. They won their fourth or fifth series
Thank
in a
you,
row.
fuck you. I mean, fuck
They're
you too.
only like 4 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays. Oh, oddly enough, we live here too.
Thanks, Lucy.
So we have 2 major league teams early in this year's season who are exceptional. The games they're playing, they are really doing a great job. I wish the best to both
You do
teams.
try, Anita.
Anybody else like baseball beside me? Let me put it to you this way. I like to see they're doing well. I don't watch lots of games.
Jay Norm.
Frankly, I find watching sports a little boring. Yes, I do. Even football, sorry.
Out of fuck. Thank
So,
you.
you know, I can pause it. I'll watch the thing. If I can't pause it, I'll miss some of the game because I'm not going to worry that much. There's Boston wins. He loves to
Hey,
play games.
Guess what?
What?
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, we were supposed to be hearing maybe loud music coming from some celebration for the holiday. And so, the Boston Red Sox, how are you doing this year in the American League East? I think that Baltimore's ahead of you.
He's nuts. He was working at least 5 days a week. in a
Imagine that's a
hospital.
real long, thin mustache. Yeah, Boston wins. Yeah. I know that he really is serious about his Boston team. Oh, they're playing the Braves on the BSS channel. I don't know what that stands for, but 2 of the letters seem like they would fit right away.
I think the O's have taken 7 series so far.
7 series.
I think I read that today.
Yes, I read the same thing. I got the number wrong. So, you know, the Baltimore Orioles, if you are into sports at all, other people, I know, just have your own chat. We haven't really been a town that's enjoyed strong years in recent decades. We've hardly had any
Jackie who?
competition, especially
Yes,
for
at 9
a
o'clock we'll
playoff
do the
spot.
cleansing.
So, and then we, of course, had a period of time where we lost more games at the beginning of a season than anyone ever in history in a row of consecutive
And then
losses at the
say,
beginning
that
of
is so
season.
sad.
So we've had some bad times in Baltimore. I think that we've done a little better with football, with especially with the Ravens, but even with our old Colts, or our
Steve, that's who
the
Bo
Stars,
is named after.
a pro
Natty
team
Bo.
that never really made it when we had an early league competing for the NFL. And then we were in the CFL as the Stallions, and we won the Grey Cup in the second year
The O's are
of being
currently
in the
winning
league.
2-1.
That was
Thanks,
pretty
Joanne.
tough. We're winning right now?
2-1.
We're winning right now! Holy shit. Now, if you are watching this on replay and you're an
What
Orioles
kind of
fan,
ball
I'm
is
sorry I
that?
gave you an early indication that the Orioles were winning over the Braves. 2-1. I'll let you know again. Orioles 2, Braves 1. Ha! I went to the Braves winter home. My wife and I went with my mom, and we
Thank you,
visited
Jimmy
a
Rick.
cousin
God
and his
save the
wife
king.
down in Venice,
Fly
Florida.
guy.
And there is a
Thank you.
what's it like? Goodwill Stadium or Happy Stadium or
Sun Stadium.
some kind of name. It was like a happy name.
You have Rick and Darlene.
And
You
we
bring
went
light
there
the
to see
world.
a game, and it was the Orioles against the Braves.
Did you hear me?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Fly Guy, 30.
Fly Guy.
Rick and Darlene, you bring light to the world. Are you new, Fly Guy?
Oh, I bring light to the world almost like cosmic objects. Consider me a supernovae
thought
of
that was
the
you.
earth. Ow!
Thank you,
Yeah, I'm a
John
real
C.
supernova. I want me to bend over, and then you can see my supernova. Boop, 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 bend over. Show me a supernova. And that could jam. What do you think, people? I have to work on some lyrics with that, but
Thank
yeah.
you, Mr.
Bend over and
That's true.
supernova. That sounds like that's a good start. Let there be light. And Rick turned on the flashlight. Oh, I know that's some stupid stuff here. Light. Oh, light. Oh,
Rick.
light. Oh, there's somebody here. Oh, it's neighbors.
Yeah, Mary and Terry.
Go Rick, go
Hi.
Rick, go Rick.
Hey, the people are riding in the street.
How was it over there?
Oh, it was great. It was
Was
a good
it?
country western concert.
We couldn't hear him. That's unusual.
We'll show you a video later.
Okay.
All right,
Great.
thank you.
So get back.
Real human beings actually living here with us at the same time. We are not totally alone. Surprising, huh? Yes.
That was Mary and Terry.
They didn't intend to marry a rhyming version of themselves, but since it works, they've been rolling it for a long time.
Hey, Hazelplex, I hope you do keep coming back.
It works if you work it. Come on back. We are here to bring good vibes. Ooh. Imagine glittery things going up around in the air when I go like this. Love, liquor, and lies, and I'm
Okay.
the heroine, and she's doing this. Her name is Dina.
Stop it.
So, I caught it. I caught one right there. Look. I got hit by a Nerf dart. Alaska, you're an alien? I heard that there were a lot of aliens up in Alaska. According to that cable TV
Oh,
show,
thanks, Albert.
I believe so. There's this one guy, I mean, I've seen him do his story over and over. They repeat the episodes, where they repeat one story along with another group. And this guy, it's the same story where he was sitting on a stool and outside just looking around. Next thing you know, there's the damn thing right there in front of my house. And I went in the house and I called my neighbor. And I said, hey, Joe, do you see that thing over my house? Yeah,
So,
Bob, I see that thing.
Tea with honey.
Anybody know about that episode for that Alaskan alien thing? Well, the guy looks
I'm sorry,
like
Padme. I hope
me
we can
in
help
20
bring that
years if I never shave from now on. That's what the guy looked like. Something like that. Kind of like the age of Jack Nicholson. I love Jack Nicholson, by the way. And I love Sunglass Jack, who is another actor who is not Jack Nicholson. I hate to tell you, he fooled me as well, but he looks so much like him, and he's trying to channel older figures in comedy, like Charlie Chaplin,
Alaska, what guy is
the
your
early
neighbor?
20th century slapstick comedy. Yes, that's what he's trying to channel. So anybody knows Sunglass Jack, if you send a post, say, Rick Serra told me to say hi. We actually have corresponded. I'm serious. I emailed, he's replied. We've gone back and forth a couple of times. He was even generous to give me a little tip on the last video I did, the Out with Rick
Are you serious?
shopping. Yes.
You didn't tell me.
Sunglass Jack emailed me back either the producer or the actor. I'm not sure which one.
So they actually looked at your
Yes,
shopping.
and
Out with Rick.
watched Out with Rick. Out with Rick, yep. With you and Jen. Out with Rick and Jen and Darlene. Thank you. That's one of my good ones. All those bad ones you have to put up with. I do have those good ones once in a while, thank God. Oh, Rick, we love your attempt, but it looks like you're using a motel video camera, but that's okay. We love you because you're just a nice
So,
person.
wait a minute.
Huh?
What type of advice did they give you? What did you do wrong?
They just told me to make my cuts quicker because young people don't have any patience.
Ah.
Like instead of stretching out a scene.
I've told you that forever.
Yeah, so the one where you call me and I turn around, I should have just cut me right to the antennas and cut me look weird and cut right to the next thing with the shake weight. I should have got rid of all of that unnecessary watching me walk for a few seconds. People don't need a setup. They just want the punchline. They just want gratification. Instant gratification. I'm sorry. People just seem to like instant gratification.
That's gross.
They don't seem to have the patience to wait for an artist to develop
Well,
things
Rick,
slowly.
I have a question for you.
I couldn't believe it. You're serious? You got a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, if you can think, before cell phones, can you remember back that far?
Yes.
And you had to wait in a doctor's office or anywhere for an appointment,
Yeah.
what did you do?
Read a lot of magazines.
Okay. What do you do now?
Wait impatiently.
No. While you're sitting there and waiting impatiently, what do you do?
I get on my phone.
Okay, that's what everybody does now.
Oh. What I think is sad, people, and do we all do this? You walk down the street like this.
That's
You're
kinda
jogging
gross.
like this. You're in the store. You pick up the wrong stuff. Why? Do you need to have it here? Well, can't we develop something that just clips on your head and it holds it there and then you can just keep doing your shit and there's the phone held right there for you so you can actually do things like that. Because one, you're going to walk into the street, you're going to run into a pole, you're going to get robbed. There are all kinds of things that could happen.
Yeah, just
How about you
strap
just
on
walk
Jimmy
in a
Rick.
hole? I've seen people, they walk into a fountain. They can walk into a pit. They can walk off the edge of a train lobby, or not, whatever they call that, the train station platform. It's dangerous. Don't you understand? It's dangerous, these
I
machines.
love the Highlights magazine.
So please, think about your safety. The phone will be there. It's not going anywhere. You don't have to see every fucking reel ever produced on any media.
Well,
You don't.
You're on your phone a hell of a lot.
I know,
looking at
but
shit.
not. I'm sitting at home still. It's different than moving around and doing it. How many ride a bicycle? How do you not run into people?
Well, people
Okay,
want to buy
I'm
something,
I'm
don't look at
I'm
their phone.
I'm kicking a dead horse sideways. Whatever. That's called an expression. People don't want to miss
Well,
anything.
You're not being yelled at.
And texting and driving, I know. You know, you're trying, and I'm easily distracted. Darlene has pointed this out, I think, time after time. But I'm really trying to drive. But I mean, people who are hardcore, I mean, they're not even trying to drive. This is number one.
Thank you, Jimmy Rick.
This is number two. And if they don't watch out, they're going to do number one and number two at the same time after they hit a tree. Sad, that's morbid, you know, your bodily fluids release after you die. I know it's morbid. I said I was morbid. All right, well, what else is morbid? That
Jimmy keeps his phone and iPad.
in a
under
little
his bed.
while,
Would you
you guys are going to be
stop pointing at my big legs?
subjected to this. And what is this all about, Rick? What do you have all these bottles here for, Rick? Is there anybody here who does not know what we are about to do at 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time with these bottles? All right, I'm going to tell you what these bottles mean. Yeah, paranormalists, what will probably happen is these things will be put into our brain. It'll just be a chip in there. And it'll be like some futuristic movie that you've already seen. Or at least the display will be glasses only.
I have a question for you.
Yes, you have a question?
Not I, but Albert.
Yes, Albert.
I have a question. When the iPhone came out for the first time,
Yes.
what did you think when you saw touchscreen technology being handheld? I don't have an iPhone. I never will.
The first touch screen technology I had was a sex toy. And you could push it up or push it down and it would increase the vibrational speed. It was a silver oval shaped thing with a wire connected to it. Did you ever see those? I actually didn't use the iPhone till long after dealing with Androids. I was a Cellular One customer. Does that give you an idea how old I'm talking about? My first cell phone, it was an actual telephone and a little case that had a strap. And it had an antenna. You had to stop and
Right,
pull
Hazel.
over on the side of the road, put your antenna up, maybe even put it up on the roof, and then make your telephone call, and you had an actual phone that dialed the number
that was a kiss
on
from
that.
Sandy Gay.
Oh, kiss.
From Sandy Gay.
Back at you, Sandy. Don't know how that's possible. Shh, I'm Sandy Gay. Not all the time, just once in a while.
Hey,
Just to mess with
shit.
people. So, yeah, I had an ancient phone like that. And then the phone that I got after that, it actually
That's
was
me, Dr.
just
Leonard.
one thing.
I have a Galaxy.
And it was in a leather case. It was a Motorola, had a leather case, and the screen was protected by a piece of plastic film that was connected into this zip-up leather case that kept it dry. And you
So
could
is
see
Rick John
the
C.
display, so you could see what the number was
This was
calling.
before me.
Hmm?
This had to be before me.
I had cell phones before I met you.
Was that with work?
That was with work.
Okay.
And I also had pagers too. And then there was an overlap. I had pager and phone.
I can remember when Jen was.
Who likes pagers? Ah,
But
God.
they were great at the time.
You had to stop at a payphone to make the call. I
That
didn't
was
have a real
before
phone.
Cell phones.
Yes.
Because Jen wanted a pager. I don't think we got her one.
Yeah, that's when I had a pager, 80s, 90s. Yep. Hello, John C.
John C., I can show you why they're better.
Androids users are like vegans. Always got to try and tell everyone why it's better.
Wait a minute. Look at the difference in just the calendar.
Oh my God! Don't. My wife thinks
You know.
everything she has on her Galaxy Touch Me 4 is better than mine. First off, it touches her. It vibrates her vajayjay whenever needed.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
I was fired by her phone. Watch where you're shooting, baby.
I'm not anywhere near your incisions.
You're getting near to the small bananas. Let's not do that.
Yes, we
Leave
have
me a
flip
little
phones.
bit of life. I do have my alone time in the shower with the soap and the rope. Isn't that sick?
Boy Dog Hero.
Yes, I do get rope burn sometime. Thank you, Carson.
Plumall.
Who was that? Plumall. Hot air. Near to the twig and berries. Yes,
I'm going to hit
I
that
like
twig.
twigs.
In fact, let me
I'm
see.
just catching up with a couple of, flip phones. I just read that the
Well, they're
younger
back.
adults
Galaxy has a flip phone
are,
now.
they're going back to flip phones now. Why are we going back to flip phones?
But they're big.
They're bigger flip phones. So,
Galaxy.
so they're like this big. They're not
this
big.
big and they fold over.
And then they even fold open, so now it's like a
A tablet.
notepad or it's a tablet size.
Hey, leave Layla.
Too many devices, too little time. We all need our devices. Well, thank you all. We have 70 likes, and we are coming up to 42 minutes into the show. In just 20, we'll start the ceremony. And it's usually at this time that I introduce the theory behind special cleansing, or to be completely fair, special colon cleansing.
My favorite phone was a Galaxy Note.
So the special colon cleansing started when I had, I guess you would call it a vision, at a Holiday Inn Express, Savannah South. We were headed back to Florida in February. I guess that was 2021. And I decided to create a new bit for this series, Cocktail Hour with Rick. Now in our 4th year, started during the shutdown, March 2020. But I digress as usual. I thought it would be funny to somehow come up with a gag ceremony. And then I thought about colonoscopy. Nah, that's a little too hard. What if it was like a magical kind of a colonoscopy? But not just that, a complete disintegration of any accumulated anything to clear your innards all the way from stomach to the end. Like a magical extra after the completion of the ceremony. This is what happens. You have this feeling. You are then lighter. You feel like a kid on your feet. Like the Scrooge movie where he's so happy that the ghosts all visited him and he was there on Christmas and he could enjoy it and start all over again.
Hey, descend.
I think that you need to check your line, Nick.
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm not having any
There's
problems.
nothing here. My Wi-Fi is 6 feet away. My router. That's a repeater. But let me go back into the show. So, and then you'll want to dance something you haven't done for a long time, and you'll be so full of energy.
It still works, right?
But here, it could always work on 911. You can always use it as an emergency phone, 911, as long as it's charged. Any cell phone, doesn't matter. I can't twerk, John, man.
He's got
Come
too
on.
many incisions.
I got these incisions in my chest and my lower spinal stenosis shit. I'm sorry. Oh, what the hell. I'll give you a little one, John, because because you asked so nicely. Here you go, everybody.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you if you're in. Okay, I can tell.
Da, 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 da. There. I hope you've enjoyed. If you got them, smoke them. For those that were overheated by this exhibition of male testosterone. Ooh, ah.
Oh, Boston Wind says you have a brown stain.
Oh, thanks. I think
Hey,
it's sweat.
dingle-dangle.
All right, so here's the other thing about this.
That's okay.
Negativity in the world does everything it can to tear you down every day, every week you live. And with the way things have been, sadly, with the state of mankind and humankind, we need more love and less hate. Hence, the monthly cleansing.
Good night, John Doe Rando. Glad you stopped in.
Thank you, John Doe Rando. Have a nice rest of your weekend. So, the cleansing does two things. First, it removes the negative energy that goes from head to toe. It zaps it out. And then, as if by magic, all of the accumulated, you know what, the shit,
It's all mine,
it's
Sandy.
out. It's gone. You feel light as a feather, etc., like I just said. So that's the whole story of the special colon cleansing, not COLIN.
A spider
I don't know why, but YouTube wants me to write Colin, like I'm doing a cleansing for Colin Brown of the Paranormal Files. That's what I think anyway. I have to always keep repairing the spelling to COLON. And not a capital in the first position letter. So, in a little bit,
Thank
your
you.
turn to be given. In, it looks like 13 minutes. Your turn to be cleansed of negative energy and that unsightly mess that we create by eating food and drinking liquids. It's my pleasure to share this gift that I have
No,
gotten
Sandy.
from my own imagination.
Nick Roberts.
Oh my God, Plumall said, my colon needs unbrowned. What did Michaela say? I got to see this too. Colin Brown. No, it's Browen. He's the ghost hunter on Paranormal Files, or the Paranormal Files. I sorry. 77 likes. Please
Hey,
click that
Colin.
like button if you haven't. And how do you do it if you're already in here? You have to frankly step out to the channel level where you can see all these different screens and click the like on the one that's highlighted as live. And then go back in. That's it. You can only do it one time on the way in. Or if you go out to do something and come back in later while the show's still on, you certainly can. You can only like once, I think. I think it remembers you liked.
Thanks, Shaylee and John.
It would be only fair to do that, right? Thank you. Now we're up to 80 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So,
How's your drink?
my drink is good. I'm still keeping it going. It's not watery.
Good.
Anybody thirsty? You want something? I have a pretty good bar, beer, wine, mixed drink, highball. What's that one called? Screwdriver?
What do you drink? We can't do a screwdriver. I have no orange.
No orange juice. So I'm drinking Captain Morgan, just a regular 80 proof with Coca-Cola. Oh, I saw some crazy stuff done with Coca-Cola today on a reel. They show how you can use Coca-Cola in all these different cleaning applications. Really nasty stuff, I mean, including a toilet. Yeah, a toilet. You know how I said it in the past? A toilet.
Judge C.
Rick the toilet man. Serra. Yeah. So, yeah, I never knew Coke could clean things so well.
That's interesting, Michaela.
What did Michaela point out?
She had a cocktail after the stream. Orange,
Pineapple juice.
Malibu,
Uh-huh.
and some homemade strawberry jam.
Oh, that's great. Just give a little extra touch of that.
Dingle Dangle has
I like
margarita.
fruit drinks, but I don't like super sickening. You know, I'd rather have the flavor there than super sweet. So I could
like
go for
sweet.
jam instead of just a bunch of sweetener. Darlene tends to need more sweetening. I don't know why. Maybe because she's a little bit of a sourpuss at times. I can't believe I haven't already been shot.
Headshot.
Ow! But no, that's not the
Bottom
reason.
shot.
The nerf is over here. Somebody wants to see you in action, I guess.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
we're slowly but surely losing
Darts.
darts. We're gonna have to order a new tub. About half of the quantity we started with have disappeared. You lose a couple here and there. Sometimes you find them again in unusual places. Like I even found something like my driver's license and my medical card. I swore I had given them back to Darlene after I had checked in. No, I didn't. I had forgotten. I slipped them in a little pocket in the shorts I'm wearing right now that happened to go through the laundry and went back into the drawer, and I put them back on because they don't require a belt. And I love that. I hate belts. So, voila, I'm at dinner. I touch my pocket and I go,
He touched himself.
I touched myself and I liked it. And I found the driver's license and the medical card.
After he gave me a really hard way to go.
It wasn't super hard, but I didn't give it easy either. It was like, where? What? Yes, God bless. Anita and I had talked about this. And Patrick,
Dutch C.
Anita's husband, he had been on another treatment. It's
Spider
unfortunately
Fox, thank
stopped
you.
working, and it was an oral medication. Now he's going to have to get the regular IV administration.
Wow, Mr.
So-
Pants.
If you would please keep them in our prayers. They're on also the community bulletin board. I've already posted for them. And I'm going to post one again for Scott Bagley's friend and at the end of the
also
show.
Jennifer.
And Jennifer?
Remember the email you got earlier this week from Jennifer, no last name?
Yeah.
Her husband, and her son.
So Jennifer was a regular fan. Her family, she has been through a heck of a lot of stuff. Wants to remain anonymous except for her first name. And we'll be thinking of her and her family at the cleansing. That's the one thing I did remember I promised to do already. So, things are at times tough.
Do you want to read?
That's
the
why
ones
we
that
have
are
each
on?
other. That's why you have friendships, families. We are interconnected. People are social animals. We need to be able to reach out, and we need to be
Hunter
willing to
Boss,
reach back.
Junkerman.
That's how mankind survives. That's why we survive better than any other higher form of mammal, because we would work together
Do you need
and
a
communicate
refill
better.
before the cleanse?
Yeah, I probably will.
Okay.
So keep that in mind, people. We are all the same. Let's treat each other that way. Thank you for listening. I'm going to get a refresher. That means Darlene must be leaving me for a couple of minutes.
Oh my God.
Hello there, David from Madrid.
Be good.
All right, I will. Madrid, and it's 3 a.m. in Madrid. And there's lots of oriental cockroaches there. We have to get you over to film lovely one-star hotels in Madrid, Spain. I would love to have some of the food and the drinks, and I'll stay out on the streets. Thank you, Potato Kartoff and Michaela. So, yeah, send love and prayers to Patrick. And be cool to people, Josh says. Yes, that's exactly right. We got 93 likes, 87 people in the room. And when Darlene comes back with the drinks, I think it's about time that we will start cleansing. So where will I be finding the cleansing fluid? I guess I'll go over that way. But to be careful, don't let anybody slip. So you see, I have these bottles down here that I've showed briefly. And with the naming of the person, when Darlene reads your name, then I will say, maybe not every time, but I will say your name, you are cleansed. Or I will just say your name. I go back and forth, so please don't take it too harsh. It's not that serious anyway. But, I could say, the following people are cleansed, and just say that, your name every time. But no, I do mix it up every once in a while, just to keep reminding you of the senseless thing that we're doing at this particular time in my show, especially good for people coming in and they happen to see there's a live stream over here on the Serra, whatever channel, and they come over and they see an adult going, "You are cleansed. You are cleansed. You are cleansed." And they go, "What the hell is this? Oh my God." It's not demon worship. It's nothing about the devil. It's about peace and harmony. Love and light and peace and harmony. And no elder abuse. No more. We love to cleanse. Cleanse me completely. Clean me and clean my hole. I am a dirty, dirty hole. I need to clean. Yes, I need clean. Don't be upset, it's almost half time. It's time for us to clean. I'm a holy roller. No, I'm not. I'm just a little dick in the big pond of world and universe and everything. That's all. Little Ricky the Dick. Yes, at one time when I was full of myself 16-year-old, I was put down by neighborhood kids that had been told to say this by older teenagers I hung out with. And they set it all up, and I'm there, we're drinking beer, and the kids come to the fence and they said, "Hey kids, who's that?" "There's Rick the Dick, there's Rick the Dick." They all laughed and had a great time at my expense, laughing at me, pointing at me. "The kids are calling him a dick. Ha 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 ha. It must be the truth. Oh." So, I've been through that. Yes. Yes, Nick, I was through that too. So, it took years of therapy for me to get over the taunting by those 4-year-old children. And I don't know who taught them those foul words. But I've never been F-bombed so much by a child. I can't sit here and not look at what you're saying. Maxi pad? Now, what are you talking about? Somebody must have been typing some nasty stuff here. Justin Early Wine, how are you? Oh, so I'm glad. Thank you. Yes, of course, I post even from the bed. What the heck? Gives you something to divert yourself from the tedium of life for another moment or two. So honey, you know what? It's that time. It's the time when you tell me who it is, and I do the business. So if you wish, you ready now?
Tonight, Carrie Janine.
If you wish,
Oh, Jean.
the special colon cleansing. If you wish, we don't make you have to take this, but you may avail yourself. And that's exactly Loopsy Oopsie showed you, right? Cleanse me, please. And I will get the first bottle of cleansing solution that is prepared freshly every session.
Yes.
Yes,
Are you targeted here? So
I'm going over here.
Okay, so you got to.
I'm going to try not to hit you. Just
You better not.
Loopsy Oopsie, isn't it?
Well, yes, but we have to do.
I already just said it.
Yes.
I'll say it again if you want me to.
Yes.
All right, everybody, I'm going to say it again. If you wish to be cleansed, say, cleanse me. Now, Darlene will start reading everybody who first said, cleanse me, and then in numerical order. Please, do not do it multiple times. Let us say everybody's name one time. Thank you. Now, I want to start with Patrick and Anita Flanagan for Patrick.
And then Jen.
And also
Jennifer.
for Jenny and her family. You both, your families are cleansed. Go.
Okay. Loopsy Oopsie.
Loopsy Oopsie.
Robert Ryan and his wife.
Robert, Ryan and wife.
Dutch C.
Dutch C.
Wilma Nosefit.
Wilma Nose Pit.
Fit.
Fit. You like that click sound? Go ahead.
Roy Quitter.
Roy Quitter. You are cleansed.
Michaela.
Michaela.
Chris.
Chris.
Grostradamus.
Grostradamus.
K1ish.
K1ish. Oh. That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Don't do it again.
She got a bottle.
Oh, now wait a minute.
See,
You screwed me up.
Yep.
You gotta wait. I gotta get back on.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay, I'm alright. Dingle Dangle.
Dingle Dangle.
And Dingle Dangle's bestie.
And Dingle Dangle Bestie.
Jimmy Rick.
Jimmy Rick.
Soul.
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 Ah, that was not on purpose. Ah.
Soul's dad.
Soul's dad.
Evan Harris.
Evan Harris.
Joanne Wickless.
Joanne Wickless.
Carson Thorpe.
Carson Thorpe.
Dr. Leonard Hockstead.
Dr. Hockstetter.
Did we do K1ish?
K1ish we started with, or you, that's where you stopped.
Okay.
Go.
Give me a minute, Rick. John C.
John
thank you.
C.
And the Doggo and Kitty.
The Doggo and Kitty.
And James.
And James. And wait a minute.
You got plenty left in there, Rick.
The bottle is not squirting the way I want. All right.
Did you get all those?
And James. That's at where I stopped. The
Did
James.
you get Doggo and Kitty?
I did after James.
Maria G.
Maria G.
Padme. Hopi.
Padme.
Did you get that? Hopi.
Hopi.
You're getting awfully close to me. Alaska.
Alaska.
And her whole being.
And her whole what?
Being. B-E-I-N-G.
And her whole being.
Let me see. Mega.
Mega.
Dutch C.
Dutch C.
Dan Wilson.
Dan Wilson.
Nick Roberts.
Nick Roberts.
Arrow Fats.
Arrow Fat.
Mr. Doggy Dog.
Mr. Doggy Dog.
Amy Hackey.
Amy Hackey.
Janet V.
Janet V.
Yes. Thomas McCoy from the UK.
Thomas McCoy from the UK.
Shay Lee.
Shay Lee from Australia.
Gary Baba Booey.
Gary Baba Booey from Florida.
Miss Glow.
Miss Glow.
Kevin P.
Kevin P.
And the Ghost Cat.
And the Ghost Cat. You're all cleansed.
Give me a minute.
And for more cleansing names,
Please,
here we go.
Kartoff.
Potato Kartoff from Japan.
Josh was here.
Josh was here. Low bottle. Josh was here.
Debbie and Jim.
Debbie and Jim. Uh-oh.
Hunter Moss.
At least get me to face. Hunter Moss
And Wyatt.
and Wyatt.
Dr. Leonard Hofstetter.
Dr. Hofstetter, I did him twice now.
Jackie Who.
Jackie Who.
Stockpot.
Stockpot.
Spoof.
Spoof. You're all cleansed. And now, the next people are cleansed.
Abby.
Abby.
Give me a minute. I have to go down here, honey bunny. We did K1ish, right?
I know.
Okay.
How about Plum All?
Do them. Bob.
Just tell me the names. I don't know where you are.
Mr. Bob Newell.
Mr. Bob.
Ponytail Dungeon Master.
Ponytail Dungeon Master. Okay, now I know where you are.
John.
John.
White Dog.
White Dog.
And Kenja.
And Kenja. Test.
I'm looking.
Test. Doesn't work. Test. Nope, you can't see that. So why bother?
Coach Transformer.
Coach Transformer. Where's Blue Waffle Maker?
7 Sloths.
7 sloths. You are cleansed. I cleanse hear you.
Mr. J. Quinn.
Mr. J. Quinn, you are cleansed. Are you with the Imperial Star Command? Oh.
How about Bobby the Desert Walker?
Bobby the Desert Walker walks in the desert. Yes, he does. Does he?
Plum All.
Does he walk Plum Hall?
Sandy Gay.
Sandy Gay. Imposter. Imposter. Imposter.
Tanya Nelson.
Imposter. Who?
Tanya Nelson. Did we do Bobby, the Desert Walker?
Canyon Nelson. I didn't know what you said. I'm sorry. Can't understand.
Bobby, the Desert Walker.
We did him.
Okay.
You said something with Canyon. I didn't understand it.
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, I see names go by.
I'm looking, Rick.
We have 105 likes. Thank you. 86 people are here presently. We are at 69 minutes. And I like that.
Oh,
Ooh, 69.
wait a minute.
Who else wants to be cleansed?
It's Kenya and Jeff.
Kenja and Jeff, you're cleansed.
Josh was here.
Josh was here. You're cleansed.
Hazel Pex.
Hazel, I need more water. Hazel, you're cleansed.
Bonnie Thorpe.
Bonnie Thorpe, you're cleansed. Mm.
Mr. D Pants.
Mr. D Pants, cleansed to you. The crickets in the background. Yes, I like them.
Shoe slideshows.
Shoe slide shows. You are cleansed. Oh, I just saw Hazelpecks. You're welcome.
Oh, crap.
If,
Somehow.
if you touch the screen, you have to go back and get where you were by going up and pulling it down and go backwards.
I think we got everybody.
Wolfen, you are cleansed. Tanya Nelson, you are cleansed.
You're
I didn't mean to get you if I did. Hunter Wolf, Junkerman, you're cleansed.
okay. I think we got everybody.
If anybody doesn't think they were cleansed, would you please ask again? Mr. J. Quinn, you are cleansed.
Purple turtles. Purple turtles.
Purple Turtle, I need my bottle.
Mega.
Purple Turtle, you're cleansed. Mega, Death Gigantor, you're cleansed.
Oh, Nancy.
Nancy Santamaria Latika,
Yes.
and then
Please cleanse Alpha Kenny body.
Jub Jadu from Rio de Janeiro, you are cleansed. And who was that person again, hon? The one you just
Alpha Kenny
Alpha Kenny,
body.
you are cleansed. Adam 759, you're cleansed. Scott Bagley, you are cleansed.
Jay Lee.
Shay Lee, cleaning your bathroom and you're both cleansed.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, you're cleansed.
And give Patrick and Anita an extra cleanse.
Patrick and Anita, an extra cleanse. And also Jenny.
You did get him, but that's good.
Mr. Dan Bell, you're cleansed. Someone requested, and I was happy to honor.
Okay, I think we have everybody, babe.
Well, that is great. So see, we wait for so long. So long. It took 13 minutes
Chippy.
to clean you all. And I'm
Chippy.
glad.
Clean Chippy.
Chippy,
Yes.
Chippy, you are cleansed.
You have a full bottle right there.
Oh, good.
Kylie.
I just saw Chippy. Kylie here?
No.
Kylie is cleansed. And Jen, Marlon, especially Mr. and Missy, but even Hadis and Mochi,
Don't you deal
Tom.
with Bailey.
Don't forget Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We did, Mega. We got you.
Bailey, Jay. I think we got the whole house. My mother, Jess, you're cleansed. Darlene, you're cleansed. I'm going to cleanse myself. Ready?
Oh, God.
I am cleansed.
No, Carson. He already hit me 3 times.
And to Bo, you are cleansed, Bo. I've cleansed my mother's car quite a bit. The lawnmower man, the one in Baltimore or the one here, they're both cleansed. Mega cleanse. Look at me. I feel so good. I have been ultra cleansed.
Uh-oh. You froze. There you go.
Da.
Mega didn't hear his cleanse.
Megadeth Gigantor, would you like us to cleanse you? We'll spread it open, baby. Oops, that was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. It actually focused. It focused where the water hit the screen as if I touched it. Okay, well, thankfully it's an iPhone. It's supposed to be able to go underwater, if you
Jimmy
believe
Rick
that.
wants another one since you forgot him.
Jimmy Rick,
Last month.
whatever. Okay, I'm going backwards in time to cleanse you there,
Samsonite.
you're cleansed again. Samsonite, you're cleansed because this is your first time.
All too custom.
All too custom, you are cleansed. I'm assuming that's another name.
Yes.
What about JMC 811, whatever, forget JM 811 cars, you're cleansed. Justin, nice to meet you. So if you are not the owner of a special gift and you are watching our show for the first time, there's the email. Send us a message. What is the message? I'm a newbie. Send me a gift. Send it to rick.aol.com. Your name and your full mailing address, zip code, the whole shebang, so we can mail it with a stamp.
We just sent one
Old
to
school.
New Zealand the other day.
We just mailed to New Zealand to a proper address just this past week. So, yes, we can get it to you. Just the mailing address. That's the only condition. If you can't provide one, I'm sorry, I can't give you a free gift. But if you come and meet us in person,
Hey,
I'll give you
Nick
one.
Roberts.
Do not come knocking at my house at 3 a.m.
Yeah, because he won't get out of bed. I'll have to answer the door.
So we've been talking about this, and now that the temperatures really are nice, and I'm going to wait till I can get in the water.
Carson, I'm glad you could join us.
Carson, thank you for being with us. Everybody who has had to
Oh,
escape
that's great, John
or
C.
has departed, I'm glad you were with us. I hope you had fun. Have a great weekend. But we are going to have a get-together, and we are going to have it at Madeira Beach, and we are going to start it at the Saltwater Hippie, and you just saw the back area. That's the area where we will meet. In the back, you go through the bar, you pick up a drink, you go in the back. That's where we'll be, back there. There's a lot of room. We'll be there during the daytime. We'll probably go on a Saturday afternoon, maybe call it like 2 p.m. And we are in Florida, Madeira Beach, Florida, on the west coast of Florida. There's people living in Florida, maybe not right nearby.
Shaylee, you
I
can
want
knock
you
on their
all to
door
come over.
anytime.
There's
Hazel
people
Peck,
who live up and
712.
down the west coast. I definitely want you. People from Tampa, I want you. Please, let's have a good showing. And as usual, if there isn't a good showing, but there's a few people, you'll get free drinks. Sending love. Hazel Pex, thank you very much. I'm glad to raise your spirits. I raise my own at the same time. Like I mentioned earlier, we've been doing this since March of 2020. Yes, it's March of 2023. It's a long time doing the same thing. But we have a good time. When we really couldn't go out because we felt it was unsafe, infection was spreading, we were home. And we were hanging out with you guys at our home virtually. And now when we can still go places, I still like to do this by the show of you all being here, still holding 87
Hunter
people.
Moss,
We know that we have a thing that will continue to go
you
for
know when you're
a
gonna
long,
have-
long time because
you know-
we all love the same thing. And this is not just a show, it's a channel, it's a dysfunctional family. We are all here for each other, we support each other, We pray for each other. We celebrate with each other. We have a good time during the show. And I hope to entertain you with whatever I can, whatever capability I have, whether it be live or a video that I've created. It's fun. Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you have any idea when you're going to do this meetup?
When I get cleared from surgery, we'll name a date.
Okay.
So as it
Get
looks
us
now,
back in 2 weeks.
so it's looking like it's going to be end of May, 1st of June. We'll try to not do Father's Day or Mother's Day,
Go
which
straight
I
up
think that's next
95
week.
through North Carolina, Hazel Pick.
Yeah, I think the next Sunday, we won't be doing it then. So probably the first week of June, which I believe Father's Day is at least the second Sunday of June. Any way to determine that?
What?
Father's Day. What day is that? Is that the second
I don't know.
Sunday?
The 18th of June.
All right, so we're looking at the first Sunday of June, assuming I got the all clear, and I will be able to go meet you all, and then
Are you
anybody.
saying Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay, you
Saturday.
just said Sunday.
I don't know why I'm saying Sunday. Whatever day it is,
It's June 3rd.
it's going to be a Saturday. Okay, I just didn't want to do it on the weekend of the Father's Day holiday or whatever.
Hey, Long
That's what I
Duck
meant.
Dog.
Long Duck Dong, welcome. Thank you for your message. Please interpret. And Mother's Day is next Sunday, not as in 2 days, but as in 9 days. Isn't that correct? Yes. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Roberts.
Hey, Nick, I'll have a bowl in a minute. I have to wait. Why do I have to wait for 8 more minutes? But
Night,
that's
Josh.
it. Because I actually have, I've broken out the Corningware.
Oh, I ate a gummy while I was in there fixing the drinks.
Yes, a good old glass pipe.
Hey, Nick Roberts. Jennifer
Oh, there's a
Weller.
little bit.
He
Uh-oh.
is looking good.
Hello, hon. I was about to do something bad. Close your eyes a minute.
She knows what you do. She could hear you coughing across the street. Yeah, I do that a lot, Jen. It helps me sleep. Takes 2 hours to kick in. Jane has 811 cars. Into it, he has a medical marijuana license in Maryland.
Shh.
Bad May, that's right. Pass and puff.
Hey, Jen, you were cleansed.
Yeah, Jen.
We already cleansed you before.
She's seen you smoking for years, so what the fuck?
The story, it's not
Yeah,
a great
she-
story, but the story of
I did it, but Mom does too.
how did my daughter rather, discover I smoked weed. Yes. So I had a band, and the band was gathering. We were still waiting for one more person to show up. 3 of us decided, let's catch a buzz. We went in my camper in the driveway. So we're in there taking a couple of puffs, talking, joking. My daughter comes to the door, opens the door and goes, rah, like she was trying to scare me, closed the door. I was like this. I'm like, surely she saw everything. Oh my God. My secret's out. The shame of her knowing. So I go to her later after practice. We usually broke up by like 10:30. And I went up to her room to talk to her about what she discovered. And she goes, what? I'm really sorry you had to finally discover that I smoke pot. What? Is that what you were doing in there? You're kidding. I didn't know you were doing that. We didn't even know. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Shit. I let it out,
I've got a better
and
story.
she didn't even. Oh,
I've got a better story.
oh yeah.
The night I left Rick
Okay, you
in
get.
that same camper.
Yes, you get.
I think it was their first one, the big old heavy duty
Yes,
white
yes,
one.
yes.
I go outside and I know someone's in the camper. I open the door and Rick is in the camper with Jen, and I'm not going to say the other person.
A friend of hers.
And they were all smoking.
Well,
I got so pissed
Yes.
and mad, I left. Me, my sister, and Chewy.
yes. Left me. Did you come back that night?
I did because we couldn't afford for me to stay in a hotel.
Because the room was too expensive. But she was going to stay out, pissed off at me for the delinquency of a minor.
Well, you're Jen's dad. You shouldn't be
I
smoking
know.
pot with her when she was 16.
Well, they had Mexican. I had some good stuff. Everything they were smoking was popping, and I said, hell with it, I'll get my weed. That didn't happen. I'm not going to try to even make any excuse for it. It was a poor decision. No one should do that.
No, Jen doesn't do any of that anymore.
Jen is totally sober, and she has been active, living the NA way for, I don't want to say exactly how many years. She can type in if she wishes. But it doesn't matter. It's every day because it's a new life and you do it one day at a time. Right, Jen? And I'll never, ever,
I am so
I'll
proud
never
of Jen.
walk the NA way. I will always be a cheater. But thank God my bottom wasn't all the way to the ground.
We are
17 years, Jen.
We are so proud of
Yep.
Jen.
And I'm sure there may be stories in this crowd. So anybody who got out of it and they saved themselves, because it takes you to get yourself out of that. No one can save you. That proves how strong a person is. Jen learned to be much more strong, determined, and although I wish it didn't happen this way, her path led her to be the strong businesswoman she is today. Yeah, she is. She's very successful. I don't have to throw anything around in terms of business, but let me tell you, she has good people. They do good work. They can ask for a reasonably good amount of money. They pay their employees well, and everybody loves the work. So she is the example of what a good company does. Treats its people well, treats its customers well, doesn't gouge everybody, and everybody's happy in the end. And I tell you, I know her work because I've actually had the privilege of being her
Employee.
project observer. I would go and check jobs out for her
When she was
and
on
and when she
vacation.
was on vacation to keep an eye on how the people were doing and to tattletale on everybody who was doing something they shouldn't be doing. Yes, Project Blue Book for Rick and with Jen. So
The
where
patient
are
was
we?
from
Oh,
Kylie. Hey, Fernandez.
so my daughter started a business with homes, and she also started a business with basically a form of cosmetology, personal care services, spray tans. She brought that up to a very good form, brought her daughter up to know how to do the same job, eventually passed the business
Oh, wait a
over.
minute, Rick, I gotta say something. I'm sorry, Jen, I've got to interrupt this. JM 811 cars.
Yeah,
My granddad is turning 90 this year. He's still in such great shape. He cuts down trees, runs a horse farm, plows snow, and he's smoking forever.
wow,
He causes preserving himself.
yeah, like salmon when you smoke it to preserve it.
No, he's not biased, Jen. He's telling the truth.
I guess we're saying he's smoking tobacco, but who knows? That might be a really cool poppy. Maybe at 90 he was smoking the cannabis.
I mean, Kylie knows. Everybody knows he smokes. He thought he was hiding it. He'd be on the back deck or under the deck, and you could hear him cough like 3 streets away.
I have to keep striving to get a system that causes less carbon to go into my body. In terms of what? Pros and cons of Florida. Well, Florida, you're in a paradise. In Maryland, you're in a northern deciduous forest.
It's
So
greener in
two different
Maryland.
kinds of ecosystems. I do believe Darlene's right about the green, but we never have the same level of biohabitat and all that you have here in Florida. We don't have vast
We don't have
Everglades
Florida
swamps.
state tax that we have to pay every year.
Right.
Maryland
Maryland's
has the
income
state
tax
tax.
is required of any money you earn in Maryland as a citizen. In Florida, they get your taxes otherwise instead of as another income tax. So for us, and with me being in the government and able to buy health insurance as a retiree, basically the cost of my being taxed, if I lived in Maryland, is the same amount of money that pays for my health care. So coming here, I don't have to, lose that money. It's basically, it's quite a savings, several thousands of dollars to cover that. So that's what we've done. Some people go to other states for the same reason. It's sad because Maryland has had proposals to give its retired citizens a exemption to income tax. If they would do that, we may see more retirees stay in Maryland.
Good night, Jimmy Rick.
But-
I'm glad you came.
So that's the side I don't like about Maryland, of course. It was strictly personal survival. I love the two different ecosystems because we can enjoy different kinds of American landscapes just in between our two states. And it's warmer here in the winter, and I don't like to be in the snow. I've never been a snow sport type person. I like to watch it through a television monitor, the competition on skiing or whatever, but I don't need to be out there ringing a bell watching the skiers. And no, I've never skied. I've tried roller skating and ice skating, ended in the same place on the floor.
Hey, Spindellis.
I'd like to be able to at least stand on my feet and walk and propel myself to
Jen
where I
said
want
you
to go
love playing in the snow.
and stay on those feet. Yes, I'd like that a lot.
Jen said you're full of crap.
And if I get lucky to have nice music playing and someone I love holding me, and I walk like this. Believe it or not, the old Rick Fart has the ability to dance.
Not well.
Not well, but I will go along with it. If you thought I danced well, if you're watching this on replay, back up, you'll take a look at what I call twerking earlier in the show. Not very good. So, hun, we've made another travel to the end. We have completed the mission.
Yes, we have.
Here we are at the end of Cocktail Hour with Rick once again. Successful because of all of you.
Yes, he does, Jen.
I am worse than a Caucasian dancer. Worse. I am a poor human example of any kind of a dancing form.
But the thing is, he doesn't stop trying,
Nope,
which is good.
tenacity, initiative,
Denise,
stick-to-itiveness, all that kind of thing.
do
Yes.
you have any cleansing left?
I have cleansing left.
Okay, let me give you. Someone just came in. We're getting ready to leave. Denise F. Because I can't say the last name. Right there, next to your water, right there.
Oh. Okay.
Denise F.
Denise F., I'm glad we caught you. Denise Figueroa, I remember her. You were cleansed. I'm glad you made it in the tail end. How about Joanne Wickless? Did you get it?
Yeah,
She got it up the poop chute? Everybody got their poop chute cleansing? How about Janet V. Johnson?
Yes.
I'm happy to be your Uncle Rick, everybody. Or Daddy
You're so
Rick.
unearthly.
But I'm not your sugar daddy, I'm sorry. We don't make enough money. Help us bring some money home, baby. And then sugar daddy will be able to help. Peace and love, everybody. We really squirted things up tonight. I hope you've had a good time. We have.
Ow!
I got her one more time, and she has the. Here's the honor of the last squirt. Well, that was a pretty. Oh, she got some more.
Let's see how much I can get out of this.
Not much. That's pretty good. All right, people, I'm wet. Love you all. Thank you for being with us.
Good
We'll be
night,
back next
everybody.
Friday. Hopefully, I'll be posting some kind of video. Maybe at least something nice and short. Love you all.